the wick right here. This candle's going to be lit. So you just light it from here, and then you light the big candle, blow that out, and get back up. Sound good? Awesome. Wherever you're sitting. You can sit wherever you want. You can wait until you see that you're coming up to.
Bright morning stars arising, bright morning stars arising, bright morning stars arising. Day is a breaking in my soul. Think we can sing that together? Let's try it line by line. Ready? I'll say it, you'll repeat after me. We'll go line by line. And excuse my getting over a cold. Bright morning stars arising. Bright morning stars arising. Bright morning stars arising. Day is a breaking in my soul. Day is a breaking in my soul. You sound great. And if the punctuation makes you sing it differently, follow the punctuation. If that's a confusing direction, ignore it. Will you rise in body and spirit and sing? There's a few verses we'll sing together. Bright morning stars arising, bright morning stars arising, bright morning stars arising. Day is a breaking in my soul. Rise up from morning slumber, rise up from morning slumber, rise up from morning slumber. Day is a breaking in my soul. Rise up and hear your calling, rise up and hear your calling, rise up and hear your calling. Day is a breaking in my soul. Oh, lift your voice to heaven. Oh, lift your voice to heaven. Oh, lift your voice to heaven. Day is a breaking in my soul. We'll build this faith together. We'll build this faith together. We'll build this faith together. Day is a breaking in my soul. Bright morning stars. Bright morning stars arising. Bright morning stars arising. Bright morning stars arising. Day is a breaking in my soul. Oh, you sound good. That's just our warm-up this morning.
Good morning. Welcome. With love at the center of all we do, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo and we are happy to be together, both in this sanctuary and on YouTube. We strive to make the world a better place for all, while exploring the great mysteries of this journey we call life. No matter where you come from, how you got here, how you identify whomever you love, this church is a safe place, and you're welcome, just as you are. My name is Meisha Shibley, and I have the privilege of being a worship associate for this congregation. We are blessed to be here in this beautiful space of worship and acknowledge that the land upon which our church rests is traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee people. If you have been watching the Ken Burns documentary on PBS about the Revolutionary War, it opens with the story of the Haudenosaunee and how they were the first known democracy in the world that existed decades, if not centuries, before the United States came into being. The Haudenosaunee were 6 tribes united for common defense and to work together towards common goals. We are grateful for so many employees and volunteers that make our services possible that it's impossible to list them all. I would recognize the silent warriors of our ushers, our custodial staff, our staff, period, the people that volunteer for religious education, the people that are volunteering today in our little play. These things don't happen in a vacuum. Our tech team today is Josh Disick, and we're very grateful for his help, and everyone else that provides the glue that keeps our congregation running. A couple of brief announcements. You'll see some on your bulletin, but I want to bring a couple of those into focus because they are timely for today. First of all, today is a special multi-generational service that will include our children. So with the exception of Owl, the Owl kids will be meeting in the usual spot. Our other children will remain in the sanctuary and join us for our fun multi-generational service. Following services today at noon in this sanctuary, the Capital Campaign team would appreciate our input in a brainstorming session for future projects for capital improvements. What is your passion? What projects would you like to see happen? If you're able to stay after, please come in and share your big ideas and shape the future of our beautiful church building. Another brief one that affects many of us is that the automatic doors have been repaired now. So if you come in the side entrance and need a little assistance with the heavy doors, you can get it by pushing a button now. And the kitchen and the Marge Gardner room remain off limits during their renovation. So to continue our food ministry during this time requires individual or group help. Stop by the table in Parish Hall, please, to see the needs and sign up to volunteer. We'd appreciate it. 2 other quick ones and then we'll move on. Have you ever learned of some small need that somebody had in our congregation and went, darn, I wish I'd known that so I could help? I could have done that. If that's you, and it's often me, there's a way to sign up for that now. Maybe a ride, a chore, an errand, some other simple act of kindness that one of our congregants needs. Please add your name to the list of helpers in Parish Hall so that Reverend Bethany or our church office can contact you with a small need when it arises. Hands and hearts connect us all and care for one another. And since it's me up here, I'm going to say that the American Mahjong class that I'll be teaching here at UU has had a lot of very positive response, and we're going to start our classes beginning with the first 3 Saturdays in December. On December 6th, we'll be meeting here at 11 a.m. If you are interested and have not yet contacted me, find me, send me an email. I just need to know in advance because we need to make sure we've got all the equipment and materials that we need to accommodate everybody. And I'll be excited for whoever wants to join us. Thank you very much.
And now we invite you to turn to a neighbor or sit quietly in meditation if you prefer that and say good morning. Good, you got each other. Good morning. If we haven't yet had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Reverend Bethany Russell-Lowe, and I have the great pleasure and honor of serving this growing congregation. We'll tell our worship service today in a few stories, and here's the first one. The story goes that once there was a wise woman traveling all through the mountains. One day she found a precious stone in a stream. She was happy and grateful. It could change her life. The next day she met a man traveling just like her through the mountains. He was hungry, and she was happy to share her food. But as she opened her bag, the man saw the stone, and he knew with this stone he would be able to eat all his favorite foods. His mouth watered, imagining all the incredible flavors, all the way his life would be filled with so much goodness. Instead of food, he asked, "Can I have that stone?" And just like that, the woman looked at him and said, "Of course," and it was his. The man was so happy, he ran away quickly, afraid she would change her mind. A few days later, however, the man appeared again, carrying the stone in his hand. "Take it back," he said. "Instead, I hope you can give me something even more precious than this stone. I hope you can give me whatever it is within you that made it so easy for you when I asked to just give it away." In this place, for this hour, we are all trying to learn how it is when we are asked to trust, to love, to give of ourselves, to share our blessings, that we can say an easy and great yes. And also, we are here to remember we all carry within us a precious stone that is this great blessing, this gift that is just ours, this gift that we long to offer the world, that in our giving will bless us all the more. Come, let us worship together. And Alex and Livy are going to come forward and light our chalice as we rise in body and in spirit and say in unison our chalice lighting words. We gather in loving community, inspiring one another to transform ourselves, to create a more just and compassionate world. And will you stay rising if you're there and join us in singing hymn number 1010, We Give Thanks. Dr. Jesse will lead us.
Hi, folks. Hopefully this is familiar for you, but just a couple things. We're going to sing this twice through, and on the second time, we will sing For This Food We Share, rather than For This Time We Share, appropriate to the season. And then also, you'll see that the top line of the music says melody, and then the bottom line says harmony. So hopefully I have some choir members strewn throughout the congregation today. You might hear some lower parts. If you don't feel like your voice quite fits the higher melody, you can try listening around you and joining in on those lower parts if you feel inspired. All right, let's give some thanks.
Listen, friends, I have a story to share. Listen and watch. Watch and see if you see someone you know in this story. Watch and see if you see yourself in this story. Once upon a time, there was a small village full of friendly people just like you and me. They were just like you and me, except they didn't get their food from the grocery store. They had no grocery stores. They had to grow and raise all their own food. One person grew leeks. One person grew kale.
You know kale is good for you.
One person grew tomatoes.
I've got the tomatoes.
One person grew sweet potatoes.
Yum, sweet potatoes.
And one person grew lentils.
What's a lentil?
And they were all grateful for what they had, and everyone lived in peace and harmony.
Excuse me, have you ever tried eating nothing but leeks all day, every day? It's awful. I've asked that so-and-so over there to share some of her sweet potatoes, but she won't. Peace and harmony, my eye.
Oh, sure. It's all about you, isn't it? If I give you some of my sweet potatoes, what am I going to eat? I may be getting sick of sweet potatoes, but it's better than nothing.
Well, so our friendly neighbors were maybe not so grateful and maybe not so happy with their neighbors, and everyone was afraid of not having enough, so they didn't share at all. A moment for contemplation. Are there parts of yourself that you're holding back? Parts of yourself you're not sharing? Why?
In the spirit of sharing more of what we can and growing the bonds of community, let us sing again. We'll stay seated for this one. Hymn number 1023 in your teal hymnal, or the words will be on the screen. And Jesse's got some instructions for us.
All right. I think we're going to try this one as a round. So we'll sing it through together once, just to get the feel of the melody. And then we're going to split up the congregation. I think let's try 3. So we'll have this group start, and I can lead that group, and then Michael can lead this group over here, and Taryn can lead that group over here. So Michael and Taryn will kind of give you guys cues once we've sung through it once about when you're going to come in, and then we're just going to sing it until we feel like we're done. And this means we're going to be about ready to finish, and then this means stop. All right, let's give it a shot. One time through all together.
Friends, we could make such sweet
Will you join me in a time of meditation, contemplation, prayer, whatever that looks like and feels like in your own specific body? And hear these words, if they're helpful, from Reverend Dr. Rebecca Ann Parker: choose to bless the world. Your gifts, whatever you discover them to be, can be used to bless or curse the world. The mind's power, the strength of hands, the reaches of the heart, the gift of speaking, listening, imagining, seeing, waiting. Any of these can serve to feed the hungry, bind up wounds, welcome the stranger, praise what is sacred, do the work of justice, or offer love. Any of these can draw down the prison door, hoard bread, abandon the poor, obscure what is holy, comply with injustice, or withhold love. Can you take a seat? You must answer this question. What will you do with your gifts? Choose to bless the world. The choice to bless the world is more than an act of will, a moving forward into the world with the intention to do good. It is an act of recognition, a confession of surprise, a grateful acknowledgement that in the midst of a broken world, unspeakable beauty, grace, and mystery abide. There is an embrace of kindness that encompasses all life, even yours. And while there is injustice, anesthetization, or evil, there moves a holy disturbance, a benevolent rage, a revolutionary love, protesting, urging, insisting. That which is sacred will not be defiled. Those who bless the world live their life as a gesture of thanks for this beauty and this rage. The choice to bless the world can take you into solitude, to search for the sources of power and grace, native wisdom, healing, and liberation. More, the choice will draw you into community, the endeavor shared, the heritage passed on, the companionship of struggle, the importance of keeping faith, the life of ritual and praise, the company of human friendship, the company of earth, the chorus of life welcoming you. None of us alone can save the world. Together, there is another possibility waiting. That ends our meditation.
And so, our sorry state of affairs existed in our village all season long. Everyone had just enough, but no one enjoyed it. Until...
I can't believe these fools don't even know what a lentil is. I mean, they're high in protein and they're high in calcium. I mean, they're one of the first foods that was ever cultivated by human beings. Well, I've eaten as many lentils as I can stand, and I have more than I can ever possibly eat. So I'm going to actually share some and show them what a lentil actually is.
Hey, what do you have there?
Oh, just some soup. Would you like some?
Oh, I sure would.
Well, it's not done yet. In fact, I do believe it needs some kale.
Kale, you say? I have some of that.
Okay.
Here's the kale.
He told me what you were doing over here, and I thought maybe if you can use some tomatoes, you could share some soup with me.
Dump it in.
Alrighty, let me get my tomatoes.
Let me get this.
Have you ever even, tried leeks?
Well, of course I have, but I like sweet potatoes, and if that's all I have to eat, I'm just grateful for the sweet potatoes. I don't want to run out.
Well, yeah, but have you ever tried mixing the leeks and the sweet potatoes? You might have something really good, and then we'd both have a special treat.
Gee, the soup smells really good. But I bet it would be even better with some leeks and sweet potatoes.
And just like that, everyone shared what they had, hopeful that they would benefit from the end result. We all have something to give, and what we have to share may seem uninteresting, insignificant, or maybe not enough, but it really can become amazing when blended with the right combination of ingredients. Our community here is a bit like that. When we all do our part and all bring ourselves to the table, we all benefit. Another moment for contemplation. What are you bringing to the metaphorical soup pot of this community? What do you have to give?
To remind us that we all have something to give and that the needs of our community are growing greater and greater, we will now invite anyone who's brought today a can or other food to donate to a local soup pantry or to this community here to bring it forward, put it in the box, or fit it somewhere around the altar. It can get messy, and it can get disorganized, not messy. And after the service today, I invite anyone among us here who could use a little extra food this week to come up and take what you need. Because we have a meeting here at noon, the food's probably going to migrate to the back of the sanctuary. If I could have some volunteers to help me migrate the food to the back of the sanctuary, we'll put it there with some plastic bags, and the invitation is to take what you need, and the rest will go to one of our local partners that we regularly give donated food to. As you bring your donated food forward, we will sing together hymn number 402 in your gray hymnals, From You I Receive. The words will also be up on the screen. Bring forward what you have brought now, friends.
This one's a pretty simple, just couple of lines, so if you're not bringing something up, I invite you to maybe just close your eyes and get into a meditative place with singing this, maybe add something, some variation if you feel inspired.
To
It wasn't long until the soup was ready and the 5 villagers discovered that they not only had enough for themselves, but for their entire community.
It's awesome like that.
They invited everyone they knew to come share their soup. In a spirit of Thanksgiving, we ask you to come to social hour after worship and share in the gifts of community. Our growing food ministry collaborative has a wonderful spread for you this morning. Mario Nunez and friends have some delicious soups for you today, and one of our covenant groups has brought some bread and desserts to enhance our lunch. Julie Van Wert is still seeking signups for future social hours. See her today to find a date that works for you.
We look upon all that has been given in generosity, in love, and in the spirit of community. And we realize that we have much to be grateful for. As we share together, we grow together.
As we move towards the ends of our service together, consider this. What do you need to receive from this community?
Okay, if I have kale in my teeth, somebody let me know, please. Each month, we partner with an organization outside our church walls to share our offering to support social justice within our broader community. This month's Share the Plate recipient is Queen City's Worker Center, a grassroots organizing body dedicated to building working-class power in Buffalo to improve working and living conditions in our city. As we heard from our inspiring guest speakers a couple of weeks ago, QCWC believes that by unifying our struggles in a multiracial, multi-generational movement, we make a better world not only possible, but inevitable. There are many, many different ways that we can give. Some of them appear up here. There are QR codes. You can drop something in the plate. However you give, please do so as generously as possible so that we may live into our values.
When I was a boy each week, and Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad, the miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. But now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. There used to be a world out there, heaven's second rate hand-me-down. But I'm walking with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood and saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush. Seeing like a crisp scripture verse, it made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. Used to be a world out there, heaven's second rate hand-me-down. But I'm walking with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
I hope you'll indulge in one more story. Once upon a time, there was a family. Maybe this family had not quite enough to eat, or maybe they had just enough to eat, or perhaps they had more than enough. You might not have been able to tell. They might not have been able to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you have enough or not. It's hard to not want more or different things than you have. In any case, this family came together one fine autumn day for a celebration, a feast, a time of gratitude. They gathered, as we have all done, around a table, and there was food, there was drink, there were flowers to remind them of beauty. And then there was a call. It's right on time, friends. There was a call from the garden gate, outside the door. Couldn't have better timing. The call said, "Hello, we're hungry and thirsty, and we see you have a feast. May we come in?" Well, the family didn't know at first how to answer. Who were these people at the gate? Was it safe to let these people in? Did they have enough to share? Was there room? But they remembered. They remembered that most of them had come to this family, to this celebration from someplace else. They remembered that even they who were there at that table had not always been kind to each other. There had been times when they really hurt each other. There were still times when they made each other sad, angry, or afraid. There's no way to make life completely safe. They remembered, too, times when others had shared with them, even when the others might not have had quite enough of their own. They remembered when each new member of the family had been born or come to stay or married in. They remembered that they had always found a way to make room. And they remembered an old, old saying: when you have more than you need, it is better to build a longer table than a higher fence. We have enough, they said. We might have more than enough. We are many and strong, and we can hold a safe space here in our home for all who come. And so they went out of their door to the gate in the fence, and they opened the gate. They invited the people who were there in. Inside, they pulled out another table and made space for these newcomers. They covered it with a cloth, and the newcomers set upon it a dish of something fragrant and delicious, which was strange and wonderful to the family. And everybody shared, and there was enough. Friends, as the story highlights, in American society, we are taught to hoard, to accumulate wealth and things and even ideas and keep them for ourselves and our own. Because some believe that if you have more than your neighbor, you're somehow better than them. But we who gather here in this church as Unitarian Universalists know a different truth. We know that giving makes us stronger, all of us. We know that receiving is simply acknowledging our place in the interdependent web of all life. We know that when we take care of each other, when we give what we can and receive what we need, when we say, we have more than enough, come on in, all of our resilience grows. And this is the thing to remember in the times ahead. And the times when, just this month, both of our two primary political parties used access to food as a bargaining chip. We know that greed will come again soon by the same face or another one. In this time when our neighbors are being taken and separated from their families, right here in this neighborhood last week, down at Aguacates, and also in your own neighborhoods for months now. We know that we can give something of ourselves, even to stand up to this force that feels greater than any of us could face, even if simply with our bodies and our voices and our witness, even if we are just simply disrupting hatred and fear with our big love, our deep courage, and saying loudly, not in our name. In this time when services for unhoused and housing insecure people are being systematically and intentionally targeted so that those who have so little will have even less. And in this community when housed and unhoused gather each week to worship and break bread. There are neighbors at the garden gate and also right here in our pews. I can hear them. They are asking for our church to create more safety, to give more of ourselves and our resources, to build strong the bonds of community so that all of us can get a little bit more free. So next time you hear your neighbor call from the garden gate or from the pew right next to you, I hope you might consider even a small way that you might meet their need. Because every time we give, every time we receive, we are continuing a cycle of generosity that is unending if we let it never end. Generosity is not just a value we embody, it is the basis of our relating to each other. It is a manifestation of hope in our shared future. And I don't know of much that is more worth our time in this moment, relationship and hope. This is our work today, to give and receive generously, to make strong the bonds of community, and to make hope come alive through our giving and our receiving. The hymn we'll end with today is one that I think embodies this challenge and gives me the simplest definition of Unitarian Universalism's purpose in the world, to build the common good and make our own days glad. Please rise in body and spirit as you are willing and able, and sing number 128 in your great hymnals, For All That Is Our Life. The words will also appear on the screen.
To
Will you join in saying our words for chalice extinguishing as Mesha extinguishes the chalice? As we extinguish the flame of this chalice, may we carry its light with us into the world in the power of peace, faith, justice, and love. And one more poem for you. This is from Alberto Rios. We give because somebody gives to us. We give because nobody gave to us. We give because giving has changed us. We give because giving could have changed us. We have been better for it. We have been wounded by it. Giving has many faces. It is loud and quiet, big and small, diamond in wood nails. Its story is old. The plot is worn and the pages too, but we read this book anyways, over and over again. Giving is first and every time, hand to hand, mine to yours, yours to mine. You gave me blue and I gave you yellow, and together we are simply green. You give me what you did not have, and I gave you what I had to give, and together we made something greater from the difference. Go in peace and love with generosity on your hearts always.